so all alone.
Well, at least he's doing a lot better.
I just wish they could take some of those machines out of him.
Oh, but darling, they're helping him.
Kevin's the one who helped. Gave him the strength to keep fighting.
I like to think it was Duke, his dad.
You know, I've been thinking I gotta fill out the birth certificate soon. I want his last name to be Buchanan.
Oh, but darling, I think this is too important a decision for you to make when you're so overwrought.
Now, what are you talking about? Why wouldn't Zane be a Buchanan?
Dorian, don't you think it's time that you shelved some of this animosity that you feel towards our family?
I'm sorry, Mr. Manning is out.
All right, you think he's gone for the day?
He usually stops back in here on his way home.
You mind if we wait?
No problem, have a seat. I have to do some fact-checking.
Fact-checking. On this rag, as if.
Well, if Todd isn't here, maybe we should just try to find a lawyer that Spencer hired to get rid of Todd's baby.
Trust me on this. Doing that too soon could really screw things up.
Saw a new side of you today.
Shut up, David. Go away.
Kind of lost it, didn't you?
Guard!
Yeah, putting Vicky in a half Nelson just because you weren't Ace's son, that's not too cool.
What is it going to take to get you to shut up and go away, huh?
You know, if this wasn't the worst day of my life, it might actually be the best.
Oh, I don't believe this.
Hey, Evangeline.
Oh, that's perfect timing. Why, what happened? You just fixed it so Spencer can beat the charges and go free.
Lawyer is the one who knows where Todd's baby is, then...
Which means he isn't the kind of lawyer with a fancy office and a three-piece suit. I just can't make an appointment with him and expect him to tell me what I want to know. He's a baby broker. I need to talk to Todd and go over a strategy before I meet with this shyster.
I guess you're right.
Look, if he's gone this far without landing in prison, he is an expert at working the system and covering his tracks. Plus, a kid's at stake, and we're close to finding him. The last thing I want to do is blow this.
How could anything in your pathetic, miserable little life possibly eclipse watching mine blow up in my face,
Spencer, I wanted you to be a Buchanan. Half-brother has sort of a nice ring to it, and then there was all that money.
You were never going to see 1 red cent of that money, David. I already told you I'm leaving my entire estate to my son.
Right, Hugh. I had high hopes for Hugh. I was hoping he'd share that money.
What do you mean, David?
Well, I told him if he gave me some of the money, I'd explain how you got the nickname Poodle.
Does everything always have to be a joke with you, David? Everything!
Beats going insane, doesn't it, Spencer? Like you did at Ace's house today?
I had every right to be angry. My entire life has been based on nothing but a lie, David.
Murdering medic menaced many. Really? What is this doing on the Sun's website?
I told you it felt forced.
I didn't write it. Nobody should have written it.
Well, as usual, you are overreacting.
Oh, no, I'm not overreacting. Not yet,
Hold on.
Blair.
What's the big deal?
You have been plastering the paper and the website with stuff like this about Spencer ever since he was arrested.
Yeah, it feels good.
Do you know how many people read The Sun?
A lot, I hope.
Uh-huh. Do you know that we have to impanel an impartial jury? Spencer's lawyer has every reason to go to the judge and say that his client can't get a fair trial in Landview now. Do you know that? Do you know that he could ask that this case be venued out to some place where the prosecution doesn't have the time or the motivation to try Spencer for a 25-year-old crime?
That's not gonna happen.
After what you've done, I'd say the chances are excellent.
No, I don't think the baby should be called Buchanan. But it's not out of animosity. It's really an issue of feminism. Because if Kelly is going to be raising this baby all on her own, well, I think it should have her name.
And I think Duke would have been proud of this baby, Dorian. I think he would have wanted the whole world to know that Zane was a Buchanan.
Absolutely.
Having said that, it's Kelly's decision.
Yes, absolutely. Hi, darling. By the way, speaking of Buchanans and Sons.
What? You got the results back?
Uh-huh.
Hey, Spencer?
Buchanan? No, thank God.
You mean Spencer isn't Ace's son?
Dad, are you sure?
I'm positive, because the testing was done by 2 independent labs.
Oh, wow, that is good. That is really, really good news. So, how's the baby?
Oh, he's doing much better. We thought that we lost him, but he's improving. That's great. You know, I wish I could call John right now and tell him about Spencer.
I know.
You know, Spencer's case would be very complicated if all the witnesses that were testifying against him happened to be his relatives.
I bet Grandpa was relieved, huh?
Yeah. He was also furious that anybody would think that he could father a psychopath like Spencer Truman.
And how did Spencer react?
Well, he kind of lost control. Grabbed your mother.
What?
No, I'm fine.
Well, thank heavens for that.
Well, what would they do to him?
David calmed him down. And then he was taken back to jail.
I hope he spends the rest of his miserable life. Jeez.
Not as a member of our family. 2 miracles in one day.
We are truly blessed.
I'm getting tired of sitting around here. Got more checking to do on this lawyer friend of ours.
Well, we could come back later.
No, I'm gonna do it right here.
What? Rex, what are you doing? That secretary could come back any second, you know.
I could get used to this. Take a letter.
Take a hike. Look, she said Todd comes back here every night.
Todd hired me. I am doing what he pays me for. Oh, man.
What?
Todd's wallpaper is Blair naked on a bearskin rug.
Really?
You bought it, didn't you?
Shut up and go online. At least if Todd finds you here, you can tell him you know something about the guy who sold his baby.
All right, first of all, Spencer Truman's going to be found guilty no matter where this trial takes place. Second of all, if that judge does grant a change of venue, I'm going to fry his ass in my
No,
newspaper.
you will not, Todd. Will you stop it? Stop being so cocky. Spencer's lawyer is a shark. All the forensic evidence is 25 years old. The only witness is David Vickers, who is not exactly what I would call a model citizen. And 5 minutes ago, he was admitting to doing the job
What about
himself.
John and Bo nabbing Spencer as he's throwing away the gun?
Yeah, that gun? They can't prove it was in his hands on the night of the murder. Okay? So, what are you gonna do? John and Bo, they did a really great job, but the case is cold.
Okay, what about Spencer ripping out Thomas McBain's sutures the night of the surgery? That's what ultimately killed the man.
That testimony will come from a gentleman who lost his medical license and is currently doing time for trafficking in child pornography. Oh, yes, another reputable, unimpeachable witness.
You love it? She's so negative.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Stop it. Stop this crusade against Spencer in the paper. I guarantee you don't want to see this get venued out. And Spencer's lawyer is already looking for some technicality to get Spencer off. This is a capital case. Everybody's going to be looking out for Spencer's rights.
He's guilty, Evangeline.
No. He's innocent until proven guilty.
Yes, and you can prove him guilty. You are the one who can do that. Nobody's smarter or more capable than you are. If that lawyer says, I want to change a venue, you just bat those beautiful brown eyes at the judge and they'll do whatever you wish.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right.
I would.
Will you please be serious for a
I'm
second?
being serious. I'm being very serious. You do what you have to do. You keep this trial right here, and I'm going to do what I have to do. Make sure those jurors do the right thing. Let's go.
I'm gonna have a little word with Evangeline.
Blair, you have to make him stop.
Evangeline, I can't make Todd do anything. If I could, I'd make him stop coming on to you in front of me.
He only does that because he knows it gets to you.
No, I disagree. He only does that because he knows it gets to you.
Your problem is you always go the indirect route.
The only problem is just that all the guards around here seem to have up and died, and I can't get you out of here! Guard!
He's to work for you in the past, convincing me and Paige that we were both killers, but Spencer, Asa Buchanan, he doesn't like that.
No kidding.
You're a good con man, Spencer. If you'd gone to Asa and told him the deathbed confession of our mother, you could have sold that. If you'd done that instead of going after every single member of his family, that old man probably would have welcomed you with an open checkbook.
It wasn't about the money, David. I wanted Asa to suffer.
What I don't understand is why would Mom lie to you on her deathbed?
I'm sure she had a good reason. I told you the story. She told me how Asa destroyed her. She asked me to destroy Asa. I said, why? You know, what do you mean? She said, because he...
He what?
Broke her heart, David. He destroyed her, man. Got her pregnant. Dumped her, and she couldn't tell Dad. The child wasn't his. So she begged me to destroy Asa for turning his back on his own son.
So what was it like when Spencer got the news?
Well, Spencer was shocked. And I've never seen him like that. He truly believed that he was Asa's son.
Well, his mother told him that on her deathbed.
You know, only a mother of Spencer Truman could do something like that to her own son.
Honey, she must have been very, very angry with Asa to have done that. And obviously did not know how to forgive, forget, and move on.
Hi, everyone. Hey. I guess this wasn't an original idea.
Oh, how's the baby?
His heart rate is stabilized. His lungs are okay so far.
We are cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, but he's got a long ways to go, obviously.
Oh, he's gonna make it strong. He's a Buchanan.
Oh, and guess what? Spencer Truman isn't.
The DNA test was negative? Oh, my God. It's a load off.
You didn't need an evil uncle running around at your wedding, did you?
I'm so happy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Stop, will you? Now. Tomorrow's gonna be the happiest day of your life. And we all want that for you.
That's right. This family could use a full day of happiness, trust me.
Oh, but I guess you're not gonna be there, right?
Well, that depends if Kelly and the baby are doing okay, you know? But of course I want to come.
I want to be a bridesmaid so bad. I'm so bummed I'm not gonna be able to be there. But I wish you so much happiness with your new family.
Damn, I don't believe it.
What?
What are you guys doing?
We were,
You were what?
Well, it's okay that he's there. But why are you there? Did you find my kid?
No. And the odds just got a lot higher that I'm never going to. List of people with the same make and model of car my source saw Spencer Truman getting into with your baby.
And?
And one of them is a lawyer with offices right here in good old Landview.
well, it's gotta be him.
You placed the baby for Spencer.
That's what I came here to tell you about. I wanted to work out a plan before I confronted the guy.
So what's the bad news?
While I was sitting here, I decided to look him up online. And guess what?
I don't know. He's out of town?
Worse, he's dead.
Well, I guess getting even with Asa was more important to Mom than you were.
That's not how it was, David. You weren't there.
I always thought Dad was the con artist in the family. Maybe I was wrong. I mean, can you imagine knowing that you're going to die and thinking to yourself, how do I turn this to my advantage? People wonder where we get it from.
How dare you talk about our mother that way? You're as bad as Asa.
Saying that she was a hooker? I'll bet she brought in 3 figures.
It's a filthy lie, David. It's a filthy lie! Don't even repeat it!
Hey, I don't share the loyalty you have for the old lady, okay? I wasn't her favorite. She always turned to you.
No, but she always took care of you, didn't she?
Yeah, she thought I needed it. The way that you and Dad treated me.
You know, it didn't bother her very much. when I first started working for Dad. But you! She always felt you were above it all. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, she thought you were above me.
Well, maybe Mom was a bright and perceptive woman. So she had a penchant for exacting revenge from the grave. She got what she wanted in the end. Well, actually, she didn't. Not at all, did she?
She was just trying to do what she thought was right, David.
She was using you, Spencer, and you were stupid enough to let her.
Just look at that little fella. Whether he's called Kramer or Buchanan, he's a fighter. You can just see. He's fighting to survive.
You know, somebody up there knows that we need that baby. And he needs us.
I couldn't have said it any better.
All right, Kevin, Kelly, if it's all right with you, we're going to take off because Vicky and I have something special planned tonight for Jessica and Antonio.
Oh, yeah, of course. I just wish I could be there.
Hey, you take care, all right?
Okay.
If you need anything at all, call my cell, okay? Anything.
Right. Thanks, Mom.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here, and if there's something that Vicky was going to do for you, but she's now too busy because of the wedding, you just let me know, because I've canceled everything and anything.
Thank you, Dorian.
Oh, I would like very much to give Jessica and Antonio a gift. Would that be all right?
Dorian, I think that would be lovely. They would appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, you kids take care, all right?
Okay. See you later.
Oh, one other thing. Clint, I am so happy that it turned out that Spencer is not Ace's son. And Vicky, I'm very happy that he didn't hurt you today.
Well, thank you, Dorian. Thank you.
Okay, you need some rest, so let me take you to your
No,
room.
I'm not leaving my son.
Honey, you know, you really could use some rest, so I'll take the night shift.
The
all right?
only thing that will happen if I go back to my room is I'll lay in my bed and think about what's happening with my son and if he's okay. No.
He's going to be okay. And then once you take him home, you're really not going to get any sleep.
I'm not leaving.
All righty. When you make up your mind, there's no changing it. So if you're determined to stay here, you just let me know what you want me to do.
Actually, and I mean this in the nicest possible way, Dorian. The best thing you can do to help us is just go home.
Kevin, to kick me out of here just when you need me?
Dorian, I appreciate everything you're doing. I really do, but you have to stop making these snide remarks and little cracks about the Buchanans. My son is a Buchanan, and he's in there fighting for his life, and Kevin helps him.
So the hell that Kevin put you through is all in the past?
You really don't understand what we were going through at that time.
Kelly, she's right about what happened back then.
No, Kevin, no. When you held Zane in your hands and his heart started beating faster, I knew then that it was like a sign. It was like someone was saying all is forgiven, all is forgotten. Duke was there. He was there through you. And you know what I've been through and how much I've wanted a child. So please understand why I just want to spend some time with my son and with Kevin.
Okay, sweetheart. I'll go. But if you need anything at all, let me know. I love you so much.
I love you too.
I could not believe it. Dorian asked me if I would allow her to give Jessica a wedding present.
Well, she's pretty much on the outs with the people she cares about. Maybe she was just trying to make amends.
Oh, Clint. You know, for a really intelligent man, you are absurdly naive. Everything Dorian says when she's around you is for your benefit. She's sucking up to you.